Sunday morning at the toy store, and we are going to do a little bit of a walk and talk, throw out some updates. And it's been a while since we've been over at the toy store, right? Most of our videos come out of Toy Store 2.0, but I thought, hey, this morning, let's take the opportunity to look around. We'll start right up front. This week, we put out some Our Generation dolls. We marked $17.99 on them, and I think we've sold about 7 of these this week. That's not bad. It's not the best, but we are kind of in the summertime, right? A little bit slower, and I believe most of these are going for 30 bucks, 25 to 30 bucks if you can find them at Target, at Walmart. So $17.99, not bad. Let's talk Lego. We did get a smaller toy buy in this week. We put out some Lego, and we're kind of looking around here. Not a lot of what I would call big Lego sets. Lots of smaller, kind of mid-tier stuff. And we have got that problem solved, but we'll talk about that here in a second. It was a pretty decent weekend for us. A little slow, I would say on the slow side for what we're used to. And there is one big Lego set left, that Viking Village. Maybe that Technic Space Rover. But let's talk about toy deliveries. This week, we should have a nice toy buy coming in. Hopefully tomorrow, maybe Tuesday, that has around 130, 140 Lego sets. So we should get a nice refresh. I saw the Home Alone house on there. I saw the big 101 Dalmatians dog set on there. And I saw Wicket. If you're not familiar with Wicket, this is Wicket. He's an Ewok, right? That one is a candy bowl holder. I saw that set on there. I'm hoping it is good to go. It's a little bit of a bigger set, I would say. But let's just take a look around. I'm wondering if this is the right spot for these mystery balls. We've been selling them, but it's right up by the register. It's kind of the last thing you would hit. I'm thinking about moving them over into this area. We've already got some mystery balls going right here. This little display unit, you know, it's looking a little bare. We could probably do something with it. And then I'm swinging over to the Tonies. I've got a whole bunch of Tonies. We need to go through those. We want to have everything lined up because we'll have new inventory coming out, right? So we want to make sure the old inventory is going out onto the floor, getting on eBay, and that way we don't have dead piles kind of laying around. I've been doing a lot of thinking about what is going to happen with this area in the toy store. We need to change it up a little bit. It feels like dead area, dead space. Yes, we sell some things off of this, right? But for the holidays, we're gonna have to be thinking a little bit different. Let's pop down the middle of the store here. I can tell I need to come down through and just straighten some shelves up. I didn't do it at the end of the day yesterday. I had a big rush of customers, but that will be on the list before we open. Sold a lot of stuff out of here. Just need to straighten it up. As far as this side, kind of the same thing. Need to go down through, do some facing, just tidy it up a little bit, fill it in with some toys from Toy Store 2.0 and move on. We got to do eBay orders eventually. Not a big rush on those because it's Sunday, right? Nothing will go out until tomorrow morning. And that's really where we're at with the toy store. Back here, looks pretty good. Nothing major. Again, just need to tidy up a little bit. I do have a cartload of toys. It's the second or third cartload I've brought over this morning. So we do have gaps to fill in. We sold some Magnetiles yesterday. I don't know what was here. Probably something Leapfrog. And it just looks like we had little hands, right? Little hands came through, played with everything. They pulled toys off the shelves. And now it's my job to straighten it all up. But anyway, as far as updates, we talked about the toy load. It will be here probably Monday, Tuesday. I haven't gotten a phone call yet, but sometimes those guys call 5 minutes before they are here. It's been a pretty decent summer, and I think summer's kind of winding down, but I was pretty impressed with what the toy store did this summer, especially compared to last year. Toy Store 2.0 really helped open up how many toys we could have over here, what we could sell. And I think you kind of see it on the cash register, right? If you don't have the items, you can't sell them. And that's what it boils down to. I did have a gentleman come in. He made a really interesting comment yesterday. He walked around and he said, well, you've got the stuff, now you just need the people. And I thought to myself, you know, he's kind of right. We've got plenty of good stuff. There's just not a lot of foot traffic in the Sunnyland Plaza where we're at. We are only at, I think, 70% occupancy. The parking lot's kind of a Wild West out there. So I don't know if that's where that's gonna go. I just thought it was a pretty fitting comment. There's no real big anchor store here. You have the Child Time Learning Center. You've got a Papa John's. There's a Dollar General. There's the movie theater. There's us, a karate place, a nail studio, nail salon. And what else is here? Maybe a dress altering shop. And there's a gym kind of way on the end that you can't even see. And it's kind of the Wild West down here. The parking lot, lots of kids running around, and it's kind of gotten a little out of hand. It really has. So I think the cops, they're doing a lot better job at watching the parking lot, kind of running everybody off. One thing I kind of want to touch on, and we haven't really talked about it on the channel before, was when we started this thing a couple years ago, we didn't really have the right mindset. Our thought process, what we were saying at the time, was what do we need just to keep the doors open? It was more of a survival mindset. We were saying, hey, we need to sell at least $8,000 in toys a month to keep the doors open. And at the time, that seemed like a huge figure, an insurmountable thing, when we should have been doing something kind of the opposite, right? We should have been saying to ourselves, what happens if this thing takes off? What is the plan a couple years from now when we are selling a ton of toys? We've got no more space. We have just a massive amount of stuff hiding out in the back room that should be out on the floor. What if we want to diversify a little bit? What if we want to do some sporting goods with our toys? What if we want bigger toys? I made it over to Toy Store 2.0. I've got the toy store open. We had several customers right off the bat. I'm pulling double duty. So now we've kind of got a break in the action here. But I wanted to talk about what's going on in Toy Store 2.0. We are finishing up some eBay listings for the clothing. We've got a couple things from that last toy buy I still need to look at. And we are basically just doing some cleanup, right? Kind of the calm before the storm here. I'll get this straightened up a little bit more. And we're getting those 6 Gaylords of toys, 1,000+ toys. Hopefully tomorrow, hopefully Tuesday, get it in early this week. Give me time to get the Lego out. And I've just been going through the shelves, pricing out toys for next door. We've got a couple things left from that real small toy buy I just need to look at. But other than that, we are ready to go. We can put a delivery right over here. Just need to straighten up a little bit. I am still listing stuff on eBay, right? We've got some clothes laid out I just need to look at. And I am also pulling things from the shelves to go to the toy store. And that reminds me, we need to put some Mega out to kind of buffer that Mega we sold this weekend. So I'm looking over here. We've got plenty of Mega. We've got some spare Lego. I'll kind of dig through this when I get a chance. And I remember saying to myself, there are no more Squirtles out there. So I'll get him pulled off of there. Sunday evening, I did get all of the bikes in. Here is the current fleet of bikes that go out front every day. Not bad, right? These blue Mongoose is really cool. Those mongooses with the 5-star mag wheels, very nice. One of our best sellers this summer. And I am telling you, summer is wrapping up here. But I hope everybody had a good weekend. If you made it this far, please like, please share, please subscribe. It really helps the videos out. Until next time, I will see you later. Peace.